Is that ASMR or something?
Yes, that's exactly what it is.
There you go. ASMR. Okay.
That's
So-
literally what it is.
All right. So, and we're recording.
Oh.
Yeah. So,
So you didn't tell
welcome
me.
to the podcast, everybody.
Hi.
So this is a new podcast we got. We don't have a name for it.
We'll figure it out. Doesn't need a name right now.
Mm.
Just unnamed, unmarked.
But this is the first one. It's going to be a shit show because we don't know what we're doing.
Yeah, we're just talking.
I've spent weeks trying to figure out just the audio and how to hook all this crap up.
But we got it figured out, figured out, same thing. And now we're here and we're recording. I should get closer to the mic.
Definitely.
Yes.
Yeah, I might need to. I turned the mics down. I might need to turn them up
I'm
a little
gonna,
bit.
like,
'Cause
adjust.
They might be too low.
My chair. That was adorable. Okay.
A little too much.
Not too, whoa, not that loud.
I'm figuring it out.
Like
Look at me.
I'm quiet, but I'm not that quiet.
Look at me figuring it out. I'm figuring it out.
It's all good.
I just don't want it to be too close to this mic.
They're gonna
They
get
say
a
you're supposed to
great
keep a fist.
a fist. A fist.
Yeah,
A
like
fist.
fist length between
Okay.
you and the.
That's kind of
the
what I've
mic.
been doing.
All right. So, we got the podcast set up.
Yeah.
We've got several websites set up. I've got a Facebook set up. It's all under Maestro Brock for the YouTube, the Facebook, the Instagram, the Patreon, which is the most important one, and it's like $3. $3 a month. You won't even notice you're
Okay,
paying
but you have to explain what they get.
Oh, well, you get all the back end stuff. You get all the stuff before it comes out, and I'm basically working on uploading all of my artwork, everything to Patreon.
Yeah.
So if you want to actually see my artwork, you go to Patreon, you see it all.
Well, I feel like we should talk about that a little bit because.
As
we're
far as the other
talking
two
about it.
tiers go, I haven't a clue. The first one starts at $3, and I'm basically like, you can all just see my stuff. Maybe I'll do like some late night videos and stuff where you can see weird stuff and me working on the things that, for the higher ones, I don't know. Or I'll send, I don't know, those things, prints or something.
Yeah. That's a good idea. Well, okay. That being said, though, examples of art and examples of things that you can find on the Patreon are on Instagram, Facebook.
Yeah, a few examples.
A few examples. Well, just to get a feel of like your art style, and there's a little bit here, but there's, your 8-foot paintings or 6-foot
Yeah, the
paintings
8-foot
that
ones.
really big.
I still got a lot of those too. So
Yeah.
if you see something you like, if it's not in good shape, I can redo them or whatever. I can
Yeah,
get
because
new
some
ones.
of them
Yeah,
are
some of 'em
kind of
got
old,
screwed up.
but we can always redo them. It's cool. Okay, so first topic. What should we hop right into?
I'm gonna do the public safety thing.
Oh yeah, the texting and driving.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So she lost her car, got it totaled basically because someone drove into her lane.
Yeah.
Now she's smart. She keeps her phone in her backpack,
Yes.
so she doesn't have wrecks and stuff.
Well, it
Yeah.
wasn't. It was like in the passenger seat, but still.
Well, either way. But the thing is, you people have been quarantining for so long. You've been so, into your phones and addicted to TV and Netflix and all this crap. You can't put the phone down. And it's obvious because literally after her wreck, we've had 3 other cars drive straight into our lane, almost
Yeah.
kill us.
And it's obvious that they're texting and driving. Like that guy today that was just going off the road. Every
Oh, yeah.
time he took a turn, he was completely off the road.
In a commercial vehicle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In a commercial vehicle. And it was obvious that he was texting and driving. And there's,
Mm-hmm.
I've seen so many people that are texting and driving. Or if they're stopped at a stoplight and it turns green, and then they just don't go because they're on their phone.
Yeah.
And that's insane.
That's when you get honked at least
I
by
honked
me.
at someone. Okay, I honked at someone because they weren't moving. And I was in a rush, I'll admit. And they weren't moving. And everybody looked at me like I was an asshole. And I was like, we've been sitting here.
I'm
The
about,
light's
to fit
about to
that,
turn
I'm
green.
about to fit that thing with a freaking train horn. Yeah.
The beast put the train horn in it?
Yeah, we used to have them in 18-wheelers.
Yeah, I remember.
Oh, it's the scariest thing you'll ever hear. It'll
I don't
scare
think
you
that's
to
legal.
death. I don't know.
Well, I don't know.
As
if
long
you
as
can do
the
that.
other horn works, I think it's
True.
okay.
True. Well, I think that's kind of like
Put
the
a
same
train horn.
principle as like
I had
the.
somebody pull that on me going down a mountain in Phoenix, Arizona. It scared me to death.
Oh my god.
I was going way too slow because I was scared to death.
Yeah.
Because I don't do mountains.
Yeah.
This guy comes down doing 80, hits a train horn, wow! And I'm like about to jump out of my skin. I didn't even know
Jesus.
what direction it came from. It was so loud.
Yeah.
I mean, it was so loud.
Well, yeah. I don't know if that's legal to put into a everyday vehicle.
I don't know.
It's kind
man.
of like a light bar. You know how light bars aren't
Oh, yeah.
really legal, as long as your other lights
I
work.
saw David, he posted a picture of a pickup.
Mm-hmm.
It had a light bar on the hood. He goes, I assume the headlights don't work. It was like he was like, I wouldn't even buy it.
Yeah. No.
It was so bad. Ugh.
No. Okay. So, what else should we discuss? This is just a test run.
I don't know. Like,
Uh.
if if any of you people have any questions about how we set this up.
Yeah.
I mean, literally weeks and weeks.
It's taken
of
too long.
I mean, 8 to 16 hours a day going
Yeah.
through videos, trying to figure out how to download software, having to delete the software and re-download it because I screwed it up, and then there was so many things I've had to do.
Yeah.
And it took forever. We're even shooting this phone. We're shooting this video through
Through a
cell
phone.
phone. So, like, but the microphones are hooked up separately.
It's a really complicated.
Yeah,
process.
it's complicated. It'll get
I-
cooler later, but,
Yeah.
like, I just learned enough to do this, and then I
Well,
want to get the videos
yeah.
out there.
But okay, so that being said, though, while you've been doing that, I've been going to school, so we can talk about the school thing.
Yeah,
Um,
like the whole online thing.
Yeah, so I'm trying out online school because where I go to school, you can either go in person or you can go online. You have a choice. So I went the first 3 weeks in person, and now I'm gonna try 3 weeks online just to see like how it works, how I like it, which one's better. And so far, and I mean, granted, today was the first day, but I got all my work done in like less than 3 hours, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's going to change. I think it's a game changer for the school system. I don't think, why should kids have to go to a school for like, it was over 8 hours.
Yeah,
right?
it's 8 hours, like within bell, but we're there for like 9 at
Yeah.
least.
And then you got lunch and you got all this.
Yeah.
It's a nightmare. And it's like
Yeah.
takes forever. You waste so much time,
But-
going to the bathroom, getting a pass, all this other stuff.
Another thing with that is, I think there are a lot of flaws with the school system, and there are issues with doing online. Like me personally, I can do online, and it's probably better for me because I have that opportunity. I have a computer at home. I have the technology. You're at the house, so it's not like I'm here by myself all day.
Yeah.
But a lot of people don't have that, and a lot of people can't do online. Like, I have friends who can't do online because there's not someone at the house. They don't have a computer. They don't have access to internet even.
Yeah.
And
Well, I mean, there's a lot of people at home right now because they're unemployed, like me. I'm
Yeah.
unemployed, but I injured myself, so I can't go back to what I used to do. I used
Yeah.
to be a truck driver, and I can't do it anymore. I can't pass the medical with this hand. So, yeah, I mean, there's a lot of people at home now. Honestly, I think it's kind of good though. I've noticed that a lot of people have used this time to, like, change careers, change
that's
lots
true.
of stuff.
I think it's had good and bad experiences for everyone because there are some people it's been really good for them. They've had a lot of changing, a lot of career changing, a lot of in the house changing. They've taken time to, like Hannah, she's redone like her bedroom. They redid the kitchen. They're taking this time to like, kind of just reevaluate where they're at in life and like just fix up their life.
Yeah, that's
And
how I
that's
screwed
great.
this up. Was we were trying to remodel the studio, and we were hanging sheetrock from the
Yeah.
ceiling, I mean, it was all day, and they helped me out. But I mean, I'm 50 years old, and it kicked my ass.
Yeah.
And then I woke up the next morning with nerve damage, and that's almost 4 months ago.
It was a
here.
long time ago.
About a week or two, it'll be 4 months.
Yeah.
And they say it takes, what is it, 2 to 4 months for it to come back. I don't know if but sometimes it don't. So I don't know.
It just depends on the exact thing that's wrong. But hopefully something gets.
I got this gun, and you stick it in your arm.
It's not a gun.
Whatever
Don't
it is.
tell people it's a gun.
It's a gun thing.
No, it's a massage.
It
It's like a
beats the
deep
crap out of
tissue
me.
massager.
Yeah, it doesn't massage. It beats the crap out of me. It hurts
Well,
like hell.
It's supposed
I
to.
literally had to put ice on it afterwards. It hurt so bad.
Yeah. Well, it's deep tissue. It's gonna hurt.
Well, yeah. I'm like, there's nerves down there. It's all kinds of stuff. Don't break
Yeah.
them.
No, but back to the school thing. I'm very blessed because I can do online school, but I know people who can't.
Yeah.
But with that, I think there are issues kind of with it. It's like, yeah, it's great that I can do my work in 3 hours, but if we really take a step back and evaluate the public school system, why do I only have 3 hours of work? Like, and I did extra work today too. And I mean, I took breaks in between because I had
Yeah.
a really bad headache. So like, all in all, it probably took me like an hour and a half to do everything. And I mean, there's going to be some days that like it takes longer and it takes more. But what are you? Oh, okay. That being said, obviously it's not perfect.
There we go.
And obviously I'm not going to get like the total online school feel from just one day.
Right.
But I think that there's problems with that. I don't think it should only take like an hour and a half to get 8 hours of schoolwork done. I think that like
Yeah, I mean.
because if I'm being really honest, everything that I did today, I couldn't regurgitate that information out to you. But I got 100 on all my assignments, and I remember doing them, and I know what classes they were for.
Was it even hard?
No. It was like you watched a video. The video had all the answers. You type in the answers to a separate
Oh
document.
my God. Are you
Yeah.
serious?
That was the thing.
This is the crap they made us do at work.
I know. And I got hundreds on all the assignments, but I physically couldn't tell you what we learned about.
I couldn't either.
Yeah.
I was doing safety videos. I don't know what the hell I.
Yeah. And that's the thing is that like they're dumbed down and like, yeah, it's great that we're doing online and everything, but like we're not doing anything.
Yeah, they even sent me a whole video. It was on like, just like really and just gone safety stuff for like, I think it was for chemicals or something like
Yeah.
hazmat. I was like, I don't even have hazmat. It's like, why do
Yeah.
I got to take this? They're like, oh, you got to take it. So I took it. I don't know what the hell I took, but
Yeah.
I took it. Oh, what's that noise?
It's Instagram
Oh.
notification.
Well, I thought the thing turned off.
No. So, yeah, I think that we really need to look into the public school system and like fix some things because I don't know what I learned about today, but I got hundreds on everything and I'm passing.
I mean, is that what
so-
we're trying to do?
Woo.
Are we trying to just like
We're just
push
trying to
these
pass the
kids
test.
through? Just push them through like cows, and they go, yeah, get through.
That's not how you should be teaching
It's like,
your kids.
and then you get out of school. Like when I got out of school, I was like, all right. Well, I got a GED. I didn't graduate, but I got out of school, and I was like, all right. I don't know how to get a bank account, start one.
Yeah.
I don't know how to write a check. I don't know how to do anything. I don't know how to pay an electric bill. Who do you call to pay an electric bill?
Ghostbusters.
Yeah, maybe. But I didn't know who you call. I didn't know where. I didn't know how anything worked. I had a friend of
Yeah.
mine who taught me all of it. He'd been out since he was like 17, and I was probably like 19. So he'd been doing it a couple of years. He knew all the ins and outs, how to pay bills, how to do this, that, and the other.
And I think we were talking about this earlier, like how back in the day they used to have like all the women took home ec classes and all the men took
Yeah.
like wood shop, auto, like all those classes. And it was sexist, obviously, but I think that like
Yeah, but like
they should bring those back, but for
Yeah.
everyone.
Yeah,
I
like
think everyone
guys
take
should know how to cook. Guys
Yeah.
should know how to make a budget, buy food, have a grocery
Yeah,
list.
and I think women 100% should learn like auto, business, shop.
I think everybody
wood
needs to know how to
shop.
change a tire.
Yeah.
And honest, and here's a trick that maybe a lot of you might not know. If you change a tire on the side of the road and it's at an angle and you do it wrong, that thing's going to fall off the jack. You're in for a big surprise.
Yeah.
And then the jack's stuck under the car. And then you're calling a tow truck company.
Mm-hmm.
$80. If you're stupid.
Probably more than that.
No, it's $80. Trust me, I know.
Well, no, I'm
I've
just
done
saying
it.
that, like, it's probably cost more than that for, like, a typical tow company.
I don't know. Most of the tows I got, and remember the Suburban?
Yeah.
I got towed 2 or 3 times with that one.
Oh, my God.
Because the tires kept blowing up.
Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
the
terrible
tires.
tires.
Yeah, I had like brand new tires on it. What I thought were brand new tires on it.
Yeah.
They were brand new back in 1997 when it was first purchased.
Yeah.
And it had been parked or something, and no one had used it. And the tires were fine, and they had lots of tread, but they were very old.
Yeah.
From 1997. And
That's-
they ripped away from the car. Or
Just
the,
a few
the
years
wheel.
old, just a few.
Yeah, the guy, I even asked the guy at the tire place, I was like, what? I go, this tire's got tons of tread on it. I go, why the hell did it rip away? And he goes, dude, this tire's from 1997.
Yeah, that's just a little
It's
bit
like,
old.
You can't have a tire that old on a car.
No, not especially on that big of a car. Except
Oh,
that
yeah,
car,
that
like,
thing was a monster. God,
it was huge. Yeah, no. Speaking of cars, though, been driving your car around, and I love it.
The
You were
Toyota.
saying, okay,
What's it called? Sequoia.
Sequoia.
Sequoia. So anyway.
yeah, Toyota Sequoia. No, so
See,
after
I don't
driving,
love cars. I don't know. I'm
I
not a
don't-
big
I
car
don't
guy.
either.
I'm like, I just jump in, go somewhere.
Well, okay, that
If it has
being
AC,
said, though,
that's a plus, but, I didn't have to. I'm going to spend half the time I got the window down anyway because I'm smoking.
that's true.
Because I'm an animal.
You are. An animal. Also,
And
new
I'm from,
rule.
look, I'm from 1970, so don't give me crap about it.
Okay, but I know older people that don't smoke.
Well, good for them. Give them a medal. A cookie, even. But I smoke.
Yeah.
Dude, my dad used to take me, it was what's now Brookshire's.
Yeah.
Back in the day, it used to be called Buddies.
Yeah.
We used to go in there, go up down every aisle. At the end of the aisle, there was an ashtray at the end of every
Yeah.
aisle.
No, I've
Go to the
like,
hospital,
seen videos.
Hood County. Go to the Hood County Hospital. There was an ashtray in front of the elevator. They didn't like you smoking in the elevator. That
Oh,
was it.
That poor elevator.
I mean, doctors used to talk to you and smoke in the. Yeah, it was just crazy. Well, back when I was a kid, everybody smoked.
Yeah.
Everybody.
Well, now they don't.
Well, yeah. Y'all are so much more enlightened. Than we
Okay,
were.
but there's a vaping issue. Personally, I feel like vaping is worse. Because it's like there all the time.
Well, it's like that meme. It's like, which is harder, telling your parents you're gay or that you vape?
Okay, that's a horrible choice.
It's funny.
Uh,
The vaping thing is a mess, though. I just don't know about the vaping. They've said the popcorn.
the popcorn lungs?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like what in the hell is that?
You can get that from smoking, too.
I've never heard of it.
Well, yeah, because you don't look into that, because you don't care.
Yeah, you get like black crap in your lungs from smoking, but that
Yeah.
popcorn crap is weird. I've never heard of it.
I don't know. It might just be from the chemicals.
I think it's because of the vapor.
Maybe.
Honestly. I think it's something to do with the vapor or something in there.
Well, okay. Here's my opinion on it. I think that smoking is a lot more harsh, and it's like a lot more in like one little cigarette.
Yeah.
But with a vape, you can just take hits off of it all day in public,
As
in
far as
anywhere
we
you want.
know,
And
or maybe you can't.
What do you mean?
They're still researching. They don't know. They've got years of research on
No, no,
smoking.
no,
They
no.
know what smoking will do to you.
Well, what I'm saying,
don't know what about
I'm
vape.
saying is like, with vaping, you can hit it all day anywhere. You can be in the grocery store and hit it because it's vapor. It's not a cigarette, so people don't care if
Yeah,
you
but
vape.
they're even starting to stop that.
Yeah,
There's a
but
bunch of places that are like, no vaping.
Yeah, but like
Because
with
we don't want
that,
to see you having fun or anything. That'll piss
it
us
shouldn't
off.
be fun.
It's just stupid. It's like it's vapor. It's like, what's the big deal?
the chemicals.
Who knows? Who knows? Is there chemicals? Is there
Yeah.
something in the air? Am I going to get secondhand vape? Am I?
I don't know.
Well, that's what I mean. Like,
Maybe.
why are companies like, oh, you can't vape in here? It's like, why?
Well, I mean, technically, every company has the right to tell
I,
you. Like,
I
what
get
you
it in a
can
movie theater because they blow those huge freaking clouds, and it's like, dude, I'm not trying to watch a movie with this huge clouds going
Yeah.
on. It's like, if you got a
But-
cool vape that just, and I won't see it, I don't care.
Yeah, but then that's great for you. But there are other people who do care, and there are other people in public who are like, I don't really want my kids like inhaling whatever you're smoking.
Smoking. No, vaping. Vapor.
Same.
No, it's not.
It's both nicotine.
No, it's
Yeah,
vapor.
water
This
vapor.
is
It has
smoke.
nicotine in it.
I don't think it does when it blows out.
Yes, it does.
I don't know.
We'll have
That
to look
one's I
into
don't
that
know.
one. Okay, we'll have to look into that one.
You might be right on that.
But I'm pretty sure you still exhale nicotine just like you do when you smoke.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I mean,
We'll look into it.
the thing is, I grew up in a world where that was how it was. That was just the way the world was.
Yeah.
Like, everybody smoked. Everybody just.
That
it was
doesn't
the
validate
70s.
it,
It was
though.
the 70s.
Yeah, but that doesn't validate it.
What?
That doesn't validate.
It also doesn't change the fact of who I am.
Mm.
What?
Okay.
I'm not changing who I am in 2020 because everybody just suddenly got thin skin and
I'm
can't
not
live
saying
with
that you
the
have to stop
realities.
smoking. That's not what I'm saying.
I'm saying everything. I'm just who I am. I'm always
Yeah.
going to be this person. You know?
Yeah.
I don't consider myself a bad person.
So you don't agree that you should have to change
Why?
anything? I don't know. Growth.
No. That's your generation's
Well,
thing.
all
Y'all
right,
are
whatever.
all, oh, I gotta grow, I gotta change. I'm like,
I think that's the whole
I'm
point
just
of
gonna
living.
watch. I think I'm just gonna watch some YouTube.
If you're the same your whole life, that's kind of boring.
I'm not the same. I grow as a person mentally. I just don't see a need to change things about myself, certain things. I mean, as you get older, you have to adjust certain
Yeah.
things because your body, that check engine light comes on
Yeah.
and it's, you know.
No, I get that. But, okay. That's not what I'm saying. I mean, like, grow, like, mentally or, like,
I think I have.
fine.
I think I have grown mentally.
I think you have too. Okay, but that being said, okay. What I mean with like the smoking thing is like, if you know that it's bad for you, you know it's gonna kill you. Would you change if you had to?
Well, I mean, no.
So you don't care.
Well, it's like driving.
What do you mean?
Driving's dangerous. You even had a wreck here
Yeah.
recently. You
Yeah.
know it's dangerous.
But I have to
You
drive
know it's
to get
bad
around.
for you, so you should stop driving.
Okay, but that's different. There's
How?
a difference. Because with driving, like, you kind of have to drive to get around.
I kind of have to smoke to get around.
No.
Yeah, I kind of do.
I disagree
Do
with
you
that.
think, honestly, you come home, say you go to school all day,
Yeah.
you come home, and I haven't had a cigarette all day? What do you think my mindset's going to be?
Well, there's you
I'm
can
going to
change
be
that.
nuts.
You can always change that.
I don't want to.
But you don't want. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I don't want
Is
to.
it you don't want to?
I don't.
Okay. You
Was
don't
it
have
so bad?
to. What do you mean?
Well, I mean, honestly, why should people have to change because everybody says, oh, that's bad for you?
No, you don't have to change. It's whether you want to or
I
not.
just don't.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't see a bad. I don't
If
see it as a
something was
bad thing.
killing me, I'd want to change.
Everybody wants to say it's killing me, but it doesn't seem to be killing me. It seems to be keeping me from killing them. So I'm kind of there, you know. I'm not hurting anyone because I'm level. If I stay level, I'm okay.
Well, okay.
I don't know. Everybody wants to stop smoking, stop drinking, and stop doing this, stop doing that, stop. And then they're like bored out of their minds.
Not
and they'll
everyone.
watch Netflix 24/7 because they have nothing.
If you stay home all day, you can go do stuff.
Yeah, I see people going to do stuff with their masks on.
That's a whole other
living
conversation.
like fucking hamsters. That's ridiculous. And yes, I think it's ridiculous. Everyone's wearing masks. They said we're gonna wear masks and we're gonna do this for 14 days to slow the whatever. What is it called?
Corona.
Yeah, slow the Rona. Slow the Rona down. Yeah, well, we did 14 days, and it's been about 185, 190 days now. Okay, and there's been nonstop riots.
But they haven't stopped
What?
the cases.
Yeah, neither are the rioters.
That's a different subject.
Portland is on fire.
You do
still.
realize that you just totally changed. How does Corona have anything to do with?
They're
riots?
spreading it. All the people running
They're all
around
wearing
doing
masks.
it. Yeah. They're being responsible rioters. They're being responsible terrorists.
That's a different subject.
No, all I'm saying is, why are they out there doing that? So bored out of their mind because they shut the whole freaking country down, and people are sick of it. People are sick of it. They
Yeah.
want everything to go back to normal now.
Everybody wants it to go back to normal.
Look,
it's whether it should.
Dude, it's literally got a death potential of the flu, so they need to knock it off. They've literally shut this entire country down for really no reason. Sweden didn't. Sweden didn't shut down at all. They didn't
Sweden's
shut
a
nothing.
lot smaller.
Doesn't matter. Think about America in states, in cities, in areas.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, it might be a vast area, but like our hometown, it's a small town. It's big as Sweden, maybe, probably big, or probably smaller than
Probably
Sweden.
a lot smaller.
Probably a lot smaller, but the DFW area.
Yeah.
It's when you get the cities with people all packed together and like shoulder to shoulder on buses and crap like that. Yeah, I mean, look, I was a king of social distancing before this ever happened because I
Yeah.
don't like getting near people. I don't like people getting near me. I don't like shaking hands with people. I don't like touching people. I don't even like eye contact. I mean, to be very honest, I like to go into Walmart, get my crap, get the hell out.
Yeah.
And I don't chit chat. I don't mess with people. I just get in, get out.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, I haven't changed a thing about myself except now I gotta wear a stupid mask and go in the right side in a corral like a freaking cow, which is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. And then that one day, that pissed me off. The cop was standing there. And I'm like, why is there a cop there? Not a cop, a law enforcement officer. I do respect him. But
Or
there
a
was a policeman there. And I'm like, why do they have a policeman at the door of Walmart? Like, what's that about?
It was
What?
a security.
He was security?
Yeah.
I swear to God, he was a cop.
He might have. I don't know.
Looked like a
he was
police
there
officer.
for security.
You can hire them. Like, you can rent police officers
Really?
in their off time. Yeah.
That's weird.
I think they're...
I think
Like,
they just had a cop.
I think their jurisdiction, or not jurisdiction, but I think their thing changes because
Yeah.
now they're active security, not necessarily. But either way, just seeing a police officer at the door of the Walmart,
Well, that's-
and the guy's handing out masks, and he's like, "Oh, you got to put a mask on." It's like, "Oh, really? Do I?" And it's like,
Okay, personally, I think we should wear masks, but I also don't think there should have been a cop there. I think
Police
the cop
officer.
was police officer.
"Hey, these guys, these are our locals here. They protect
You're
you."
just hating on him.
No, I wasn't. I'm hating on Walmart for having them there. And yeah, I hate Walmart.
Okay, but
But a lot of the crap I
see,
got
this
come
is
from Walmart.
this is where we're different. You don't want to wear a mask, but you're cool with the cops enforcing.
No,
whatever.
no, I'm not cool. I'm not cool. Walmart obviously paid to have that officer there.
Yeah.
If it was an officer, it might have been. It could have been a security. I don't know. I'm not a smart person. Don't quote me on this.
We're not.
So, I don't like a corporation posting a law enforcement or whatever in front of the place, and they're acting like, oh, you gotta follow along, gotta get in line, be one of us, wear a mask.
So what's a law that you agree with?
Huh?
What's a law that you agree with?
Most of them.
Well, okay, but like, what's a petty law that you agree with? That if an officer came up to you and was like, "Hey, you got to do this," you'd be like, "Oh, thank you for doing your job."
I don't know. I mean,
So
I don't
you
even know what
didn't
you're
like
talking
the
about.
no. So what I'm saying is like you didn't like the cop there enforcing a law that you
No, I
didn't
didn't
want
like
to partake
Walmart.
in.
I didn't like Walmart placing them there
Okay, but the cop
to
was still enforcing it.
basically intimidate the people into
Yeah.
wearing masks. I
Yeah.
didn't like that.
Okay.
That's what I don't think is cool. And I'll be honest, I think I could have probably walked in without a mask on, and he probably wouldn't have said anything. But out
Well,
of respect for the officer, not for Walmart, I put the stupid thing on.
that's where we're different.
What?
There's a whole other topic about it.
No, I don't want to put him in a position where he's got to sit there and go, "Oh, now I got to deal with that."
Yeah.
If he had to, I'm not putting him in that position. 'Cause he's just doing his job.
Yeah.
Well, he is. He's doing his job, or he's doing whatever he got paid to do. Whatever. It's Walmart I have the problem with, the corporation that's placing that there. I don't know. I've been
I
in
don't
this
think they
house too
should
damn
intimidate.
long. I got cabin fever.
You're
It's
fine.
squirrely. I'm losing
So,
my freaking mind.
I don't think Walmart should have placed the cop there to intimidate people either.
Well, I noticed he was only
But-
there one time. I
Yeah.
haven't seen him since.
But that being said, I do think people should still wear masks
Why?
because the safety of others.
But what safety? Explain the
safety
safety.
of others.
Spitting on them. You're gonna keep
Coughing, talking, breathing.
breathing. Doesn't do it.
Yes, it does.
No, it's droplets. They've said that.
You do realize that when you breathe, water vapor comes out of your mouth, right?
No.
Yes.
That's too small.
That's no.
They said it's not airborne.
Who said?
Fauci, the WHO. They said it's not airborne. It's from water particles. So if you cough and you got spit all over your hand, you go, ugh, and then you wipe your hand on something, they're like, then you gotta kill somebody. Or if you cough in somebody's face, that's why you wear the mask.
Yeah.
But here's the thing: if you're afraid of it, wear a mask. But if you're not, don't. That's
well,
my
I'm gonna
thing.
wear the mask for other people, and I think I should. Other people should do the same.
I wear the mask so I can go buy crap at Walmart, and that's the only reason. And
At
I
least you're
only
wearing a
do it.
mask.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah. And
Yeah.
and guess what? If there's ever any other place that wants to give Walmart competition, I'm there. Oh, if they build a
Well,
Target out here, guess what,
Target
baby?
would 100% wear masks. They
I don't
do.
know. I haven't been there. I haven't been to Target.
They already do.
I
It's
know
mandatory.
they're all doing it because they have to operate. I get it, but look, I understand and I get it. It just pisses me off. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the mask. I'm like, this is Texas. Let's go back to being Texas. You know?
That makes no sense.
What do you mean?
We're doing it for the safety of others. That's a Texas thing, right? don't
I
know.
think we're doing it for the November election, honestly. But whatever, whatever.
Speaking of the November election,
We
you
were
wanna talk
supposed
about
to be
that?
done with the quarantining and all that crap. What, 180 something days back? I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, it was supposed to be 14 days to curb the thing,
Yeah,
right? And was it?
but
Yeah.
it didn't curve.
No, they just decided we're never opening it.
No.
And in some places,
so it
they're
was supposed
talking
to
about
be-
2022.
So it was supposed to be 14 days, and it would and we would break the curve, and the cases would go down, but the cases didn't go down because no one actually quarantined.
I did. Thank
well,
you.
well,
But I
that's-
was kind of doing that before this ever happened.
But that's not what I'm saying. Like, there were a lot of people who didn't care, and they were like, Corona's not real. So they had parties, they had get-togethers, and a lot of people got it. And the curve, there was no, it didn't go down.
Yeah, look, but here's the thing. A lot of people got it, but not that many people died from it. And I've even said this. I don't know one person who's died from it. I don't know one. I haven't
But
heard of anybody.
There's a lot of deaths.
Huh?
There's a lot of deaths.
I've heard there's a lot of deaths. I don't know anyone personally who knows someone that died. Okay? I'm serious.
Okay.
I know. I watched Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan's friend. He wore himself out on the road. He literally drove to Vegas, did a show, drove back same day. He was all over the place doing commercials and everything.
Jesus Christ.
What? I can't see with this thing in front of me. Anyway, he did commercials and everything.
Yeah.
The next thing, he gets the coronavirus, and he's in great shape, right? Like, he's not an unhealthy guy.
Yeah.
And he said it kicked the crap out of him.
Yeah.
But he didn't die. And I don't know
But he was
anybody
in
that
great
died.
shape.
And I've listened to Rogan. I don't think I've heard of anyone that died on there. And
Okay.
I do believe even he said, or somebody said, that, they know a lot of people and they don't know anybody that's died. We've heard a lot of people
Personally,
dying.
I don't know anyone who's died,
I don't either.
but I do know a lot of people who've gotten it.
I mean, I know a lot of people who, like, I've heard about a lot of people who they died of a heart attack, but they had the virus, and then they went, oh, they died of corona. It's like, well, yeah, but I think they died of a heart attack.
Technically, yeah, there are a lot of things going on like that.
I mean, so what's that?
But there are still people dying from it.
Well, sure, but, I mean, I'm sure there are, but I don't think the numbers are near what they think they are,
Maybe not.
I don't think what they're reporting is what's really the actual numbers.
Yes and no. Well,
I just see some fuckery behind there.
Maybe.
Something with the numbers doesn't look right. That's
maybe.
my opinion.
Maybe.
That's not an educated opinion. I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. But that's what I think. And I know a lot of other people think that too.
That doesn't matter. It's not majority
Well,
rules.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I'm not alone out here in the wilderness with my stupid opinion.
Okay, but
I mean, others have it.
To be fair, until we do figure out if the numbers are false or if there's something fishy going on, I'm still going to wear the mask.
So I can buy crap at Walmart. I'm still going to wear the mask.
No, I'm going to wear it regardless.
And, to get into a restaurant.
No, I wear it when I go through the drive-thru.
What?
If I go through the drive-thru somewhere, I wear it. Because I still get close to someone.
I think I know what it is. I think I know it. No, I'm not trying to be a jerk.
You're going to be an asshole.
No, I'm not.
All right.
I think I actually know what my issue is.
What?
I think it's because I have been super quarantined here. Like,
Yeah.
literally almost a month and a half, I did not leave. I didn't go to Walmart. I didn't go anywhere.
You did quarantine really hard.
Yeah, like hardcore.
You wouldn't even let us come over.
Yeah, and I didn't go nowhere. And then I still, literally until you moved here, I haven't. I didn't go to Walmart. I didn't go anywhere. I go to David's. That was about it.
Mm-hmm.
Just up the road. But I didn't go to Walmart or any of the big places in town. And like, I don't know. It just seems like now, as long as it's been, we should be kind of over it now. We should be kind of over it.
If people are quarantining properly. And I'm glad that you quarantined properly, and that's great.
I did.
But a lot of people didn't. I remember when we were in, like, the peak of quarantine. Like, I wasn't allowed to leave the house. You weren't leaving the house. Like, no one. And I remember getting on Instagram, and there were these huge groups of people from my school hanging out. Like, huge groups of people, 15, 20 people hanging out, like, every weekend. And then most of them got sick. And most of them are sick now. And they're like,
They're sick now?
Well, after going back to school, there are people who are getting it. Because there's a lot more cases at the school now.
Yeah, but, like, it's not killing people. I
Not
mean, how many
young
people's dying
people.
from it?
Old people and immune-compromised people.
Yeah, but I even heard that, like, it's mostly killing people.
It still sucks to have it.
Well, they said it was killing people that are older, but they're, like beyond the
life expectancy
age. Like, this killing people in their 80s and 90s and stuff.
Yeah, that still doesn't, like...
I know, but come on.
We shouldn't speed up the process.
All right,
of
well,
death.
let's look at the flu. How about the freaking flu?
Yeah.
That kills the crap out of people every year. Yeah, but I didn't even know how many. Honestly, until this year, I didn't even know how many people died from the flu.
A lot of people died from the flu.
Dude, that was shocking when I found out.
I don't know the facts. I don't know, like, the statistics on it, so I couldn't give it a value example.
Literally, I heard it on Rogan, and I don't remember. It was, but he said basically the numbers are not that much more than the flu.
So, just to clarify, though, you get most of your facts from Joe Rogan and Tim Pool.
No.
Where do you get them from?
I get them from all over. I go
But
to
mostly
Fox.
Tim Pool.
I don't go to CNN. but I used to go to NPR, but I can't anymore because I don't drive a truck. And I used to listen a lot on
You
the
can
radio.
listen to NPR on your phone. You can stream it.
I know, but it got so annoying I couldn't stand listening to it hardly. I couldn't. It's annoying.
You mostly listen to conservative news. Mostly.
For the most part, yeah. But I'm like, the thing you don't understand about conservative news is
You're right, I don't understand it.
no. Well, what you don't understand about it is when you watch a conservative show and they're talking about a topic,
Mm-hmm.
they will typically pull up clips from CNN,
Yeah.
MSNBC. They'll pull up clips from all these other news sources, and they'll go, "This is what they said. This is what they said. This is what they said.
Yeah.
This is what they said," and they'll go, "And this is what they're talking about. That was actually said." The beginning of it, or the video
little
they're
biased.
talking about.
It's
How's that biased?
Well, so
Like they're literally taking what CNN said about the story they're talking about, and they're like, "This is what they said." And this
so
is
it's
what this-
not so basically, for example, Fox. It's and I don't watch Fox or CNN.
Well, I don't really either
But
anymore.
for example, they're basically just taking what other people say.
Have you ever watched it?
No, this is what you're telling me. So they're basically taking what CNN says or what other more left-leaning news stations say, and they're attempting to prove it wrong
No.
with what they think is.
No, they show like, all right. For instance, they'll have a video of some terrible thing that happened, right?
Yeah.
And they go, "Here's the video," and they're like, "Okay, now this is what we think." Blah blah blah. And they go, "This is CNN. This is MSNBC," and they show you different clips of what other mainstream media people said about it.
Yeah.
And they're like, "We don't think that's right," or they're like,
Do they
shocked
prove it,
that-
or do they like give an opinion on it?
Well, I mean, you have to watch it. That's the thing. You got to watch it to understand it.
But my thing
I
is,
know it's the devil, and you can't actually witness the devil. But if you actually turned it on and watched it and just gave it a chance, try it for a week.
okay,
Watch Fox for a week and watch CNN for a
I'll
week.
try. I might cry.
No, I mean
hate both of
it's-
them.
I quit watching both of them.
I hate them.
That's why I watch the Tim Pool. I get all the information I need.
Still a little biased,
quick.
but better.
He's cool. I like him, and he does this research. He's pretty good,
Okay, but
I think.
this made me think of Ben Shapiro. So you also like Ben Shapiro?
Yes, I like Ben Shapiro.
Ugh.
Why?
I don't like Ben Shapiro.
Why?
I think he just speaks louder and faster and thinks that makes him right.
He's also very highly educated. His opinions are based in history, law, and all that.
But that's another thing is
you know?
that he does have a lot of opinions, which is valid. You can have your own opinions,
Yeah.
but he tries to spin his opinions as facts and prove things with his opinions, and I don't think that's right.
I don't think so.
I think so.
I don't think you watch him. I don't
I'll
think
give
you
it a
watch
shot.
him enough to actually have a
I listen
genuine
to him when you
opinion.
have him on.
I don't have him on that much.
Well, then you don't listen to him very much.
Not that much,
Okay,
no.
well then we both need to do our research.
I'm from Texas, so when you
What does
talk
that mean?
super fast like he does, I can't grasp everything.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
you
that other
think
guy.
he sounds
No,
right.
it's like Louder with Crowder.
Yeah.
He talks so freaking fast, I can't understand what he's saying. I can't
Yeah.
even get the jokes. So
Yeah.
I have to have somebody that slows it down a little bit.
And that's fine.
I would love a Texas conservative talk show. That'd be great. Somebody talked real
I would like
slow.
a news radio that isn't biased.
Well, yeah, good luck.
I would like, well, actually,
See, and
with
I was
TikTok.
listening. They were saying that the news used to be government regulated.
Yeah,
I didn't know that. I was hearing that
I mean,
today.
it makes sense.
Yeah, they said that they used to have government regulations on the news, media, and other stuff.
Journalism.
And then
stuff
they,
like that.
and then I guess they got rid of it, and then all of a
Yeah.
sudden it was a free for all.
Yeah,
I don't
that's that. Actually, there was a big thing about that a couple years back. I could be wrong. I feel like something happened, and this journalist got like shot or something
Mm-hmm.
because he rioted against that. I don't know. I don't remember.
Well, then back in history.
No, like 6 years ago. I vaguely remember a journalist getting shot for something, like in the press in the like a.
No, I think this was like way back in the 70s or something. Because, like, I don't know. Like when CNN, I think it was CNN, when they first started, they were like, they were kind of a big deal. Like they went to, I don't know, if it was Iran or Iraq or whatever, where the Saddam Hussein was.
Yes.
And I think they like interviewed the guy and all that. Like they were ballsy. They were ballsy news back then. But then I don't know what happened, and they just turned into this sort
I'm
of.
not sure. But I will say though, like with TikTok, and I know that everyone has their opinions on TikTok, but there are some people who've taken it upon themselves to give like news about what's going on in the week. It's very unbiased. You know, they'll give news about Trump. They'll give news about very left-leaning opinions. They'll give, and it's all unbiased. It's just stuff that's happening, and it's a lot of times they cover things that aren't being covered in the news. Like I think it was the Indiana State Fair. I could be wrong on the state, but it was a state fair. I'm pretty sure in Indiana, and it got shot up like 2 days ago, I think. And it wasn't
Fair?
on the
Where the
news.
fair got
A
shot
state
up?
fair, yeah.
Huh.
And I
Dude, I
think
don't even watch the news anymore.
it's not on the news. The news didn't even cover it. And it was a state fair. And I think one person died. I don't think very many people died. But it did get shot up and it was completely evacuated. And the news didn't even cover it. And there's a couple other things that have happened within the past week or two that the news hasn't covered. But it's been on TikTok, and people are like, why is this not on the news?
Well, it's like all this stuff in Portland. None of it's. I haven't seen any of that on the
Yeah, I
news.
haven't either.
Well, I haven't really watched the news.
That's fair.
But I've watched the whole Portland meltdown for like 190 days now. I've been watching that. Well, kind of. Not videos from it, just hearing.
You've been hearing about it from like
Yeah.
Tim Pool,
Yeah, well,
Joe Rogan. Or I don't know if Joe Rogan's actually talked about it very much.
No, he's kind of.
He doesn't really get involved.
He's in his
with
bubble.
politics.
He's got a. He's, dude. They were even saying like California has turned into like a third world country. It's so bad there.
There
They're
are
like
issues.
it's dangerous. Women, like single women, they're evacuating.
Yeah.
Because they're scared to death. They don't know if they're gonna get fucking killed or what. I mean, it's bad.
Yeah.
People are evacuating that place, and most of them are coming here.
Well.
Just don't turn this place into California.
Yeah.
Please.
So I think with Joe Rogan and other famous media, social media, any kind of media influencers moving to Texas, there's going to be a lot more people moving here. Like I know there already was. There's a huge influx, probably about 1 or 2 years ago.
I wonder if he's going to get a tiger.
I don't know
That would
why
be so
you
cool.
would.
Joe Rogan getting a tiger.
But,
Well, because
like,
he's in
why?
Texas. 'Cause you
Rich
can do
people
that here.
confuse me.
You can have buffalo in
But
Texas.
why?
Because you can have them. Why
I
not?
don't understand why people like. Have
Dude, if I'm
that
Joe Rogan, I'm
opportunity.
buying a tiger. I'm buying a biggest, whitest, craziest tiger you can get. The
Why
most
a white
rarest.
tiger?
Because they're rare.
Oh well, that's
Buy a
fine.
very rare, maybe a Bengal or some crazy crap. Buy the
Bengal?
craziest. Yeah. Whatever. The weirdest tiger. Like
gonna
I'd have
turn
a
into Joe
tiger
Exotic.
that was so different from everybody else's tiger.
No one else has a tiger.
Yeah, they do. Texas has tons of tigers.
I just don't. You're gonna turn into Joe Exotic. I hope
Honey,
you don't get rich.
Texas is Joe Exotic. Texas
That's
is.
worrisome.
Yeah, it is.
That's really scary.
Honey, you hit I-35 and you're leaving going to Oklahoma. There's buffalo.
Yeah, I
Buffalo.
know.
You just
been to
you're just
Oklahoma.
driving
I've taken
and there's
that road.
herds of buffalo running.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Yeah.
I mean, but
That's
like
Texas.
that's a little different though, because it's like in the wild. But like having a tiger in your backyard.
But you don't just put it in your backyard. You create an environment for it.
You'd have to have a lot of property for that.
I think Joe Rogan has a lot of property.
I don't know. Okay, actually, though, a lot of people are investing more in the house instead of the land. Because, like, I know a lot of people who have really nice houses, but not a lot of land.
Well, yeah, but that's foreigners coming in here,
Yeah,
from
that's true.
California.
Because
that
they're
don't
used
know.
to not having any land.
Because people here, natives, we buy land, and then we build a house.
Yeah.
We don't care about the house.
Well,
The house could
because-
be a shack
Yeah,
for all we care.
because the people who aren't from here, they're not used to having property.
Yeah.
They're not used to the upkeep.
Well,
not
they're like,
used to-
what am I going to do with
all this land.
4 acres? I
Yeah.
don't know. I got to mow it. It's
Yeah.
like, well, you could grow something on it. It's like maybe you get 40 acres and you could grow like wheat, hay, all kinds of
Well,
things.
you can't grow weed because it's illegal.
Wheat.
Oh.
Wheat. It's so far. It's
So-
illegal.
yeah. Right now,
Yeah, it'll be legal soon. I guarantee you.
probably. I'm
Dude,
surprised that
you
it's
can't,
not already.
You can't. It's ridiculous. It's like prohibition. It's going to go away. It's
Yeah.
just. It's going to.
Well,
Do you put some poor kid who's he's stoned and he wants to eat Twinkies in jail for that? That's
Yeah.
ridiculous. That's not
it's
a criminal.
insane. It's not.
It's not a criminal.
I think.
I think it's unfair.
I think you're 100% right on that. I think my biggest issue with the drug issue is that, I mean, obviously weed should be legal. I'll put that out there right now. I think it should.
I think it should.
I think it should
Honestly,
be legal.
I think you should be allowed to grow coca leaves if they'll even grow here. I don't know if they will. Why not? No, I'm not saying grind the crap up and put baby aspirin and all that. Not cocaine. Just coca leaves. It's a leaf. It's a plant. If
But
it can
you know
grow,
what people are going to do with that.
whatever. Let them do it. What's it matter?
Coke?
What's it matter? No, I didn't say it was legal to manufacture cocaine. I said it's legal to grow those leaves. Make
That's
it legal
like-
to grow those leaves.
That's
Make
like
it legal to
handing
grow.
someone- That's like handing someone a gun and going, don't shoot it, but you
No,
can
it's
have
not.
the gun.
It's a plant. It's a plant. You put a seed in the ground and it grows.
Or like handing a baby a sucker and being like, don't eat it, but you can have a sucker.
No, well,
They're
you
going to
could-
eat it.
You grow a coca plant, right?
What else
And
is it
chew on
used
the leaves
for?
like they do in the mountains.
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
What do you...
They
you
chew
just
the leaves. Yeah, they just
What?
chew the leaves.
What does it taste like?
I don't know. I've never been there. I've never
Okay.
chewed coca leaves.
But I can tell you, if that does happen, people are going to make coke. The coke industry is going to come back.
Honey, it's already back. It's
Well, it's
never went
here,
away.
But if it's easier to access...
Yeah, but the point is,
Coke
if
2020.
if it's a plant
Yeah.
and it grows in the ground,
Yeah.
God made the plant, God made it grow. If it grows in the northern hemisphere up here, like I think it might, I don't know. Maybe it only grows in Colombia, I don't know. But if it grows, why not?
Yeah.
Let them have it. I don't care.
Whatever.
Dude, if you want to chew on coca leaves all day, I don't care.
Okay, now...
That's your business.
Let's shift that a little bit. Let's talk about the illegal factor of everything.
Legal factor or what?
So if someone gets arrested for like coke or like hydrocodone or something, should they be sent straight to jail or should they be sent to like rehabilitation?
I don't know. I don't even know if that crap should even be like a. I don't even know if we should be messing with that legally. Like, I don't even think it's. Look, it doesn't
But
hurt
it can hurt
anyone.
you.
Oh, it's gonna hurt you,
Yeah.
but it's not gonna hurt me. So what do I care what that person's doing?
I feel like we should rehabilitate and not arrest. For drugs, at least.
Dude, honestly, I've
Because,
never.
like, okay, but hear me out. If someone's really struggling and, like, they're doing hard drugs, and that's, like, their cry for help, and they don't have a way of, like, reaching out and actually asking for help, but them getting caught with drugs is their cry for help, put them in a rehabilitation center. And, like,
Okay.
help them get help.
If that's a cry for help. Here's the thing. Here in our paper, our
Mm-hmm.
local paper, you can read every week 50 to 60-year-old people getting busted for doing meth. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
There's some people that are just lifers. They're just going to do it forever. That's just their thing.
Not if they're rehabilitated. If you get put
If
into
you
the
are
system...
50 to 60 years old, you're still doing meth, there's no rehabilitating you.
Okay.
You've probably been doing it since you were a kid.
Yeah.
So
Well,
That's
that's,
just
why we're
who
talking
you
about,
are.
like, specifically younger people. So,
Now,
like, if a
granted,
20-year-old
I don't
gets
want
caught...
a bunch of speed freaks around me, but I'm just saying.
So, okay, 25-year-old gets caught with speed, right?
Yeah.
He's been doing it for a few years, probably straight out of high school, and he's addicted to it. He's got his whole life messed up. He's not going anywhere. He gets busted, right? If you send him to jail, they're just going to put him in the system. They're not going to try and help him. And then he's just going to go back into the world and be depressed, sad that he was in the system, have nothing coming out of it, and he's going to want to go straight back into drugs and
Yeah.
being sad. So that doesn't help. That it doesn't help that person. So I feel like we should rehabilitate and like
What's rehabilitate mean?
like rehab. Like basically send them to rehab, help them learn why they shouldn't do it, why it's better, you know, mental health help. Because most of the people who do drugs do it because they're depressed, they don't feel like they have.
I think rehab only has like a 10%, 5%, something like that.
Well, we need
success
to
rate.
work on our mental health system in America.
Well, the problem
That's
is like
100%.
a lot of the people that are doing drugs,
Yeah.
it's just what they want to do, and there's
You
no
can
fixing it.
change that.
How can you force people to not be who they are? There's some people that are junkies.
Okay, but hear me out. Were you born a junkie? Is someone born a junkie?
I think they kind of are.
I don't.
I think
It depends
people are,
on the mental disorder that you might have, because there are some people like psychopaths. You're born that way. Sociopaths, you're born that way. You
Yeah,
can't
but,
really
like-
change that. But if you're just born,
like I wasn't born smoking, but
yeah, so you could change it, but you don't want to.
well, I just don't
That's
see
the thing, is we need to teach people how to want to change,
why do we need to teach people how to want to change?
so they don't die. I'm trying to stop people from dying here, bro.
Look, some people just want to do their thing and they don't want to be bothered. And I get that with junkies
Yeah.
and people that smoke and all that stuff. I get it.
Yeah.
I don't want your junkie problem becoming my problem.
That's
you
a
know,
very
that's the
capitalist
only
way of
thing.
thinking, sir.
And I get the whole, okay, you don't want secondhand smoke. All right, cool. I won't smoke at Walmart. I won't
Yeah.
smoke while I'm in there. I'll wait till I get out in the parking lot.
Yeah.
Then I got a cigarette. That's cool. I can deal
Okay,
with
think
that.
about it this way, though. If someone's messed up on speed and they get into a car accident and kill,
That's
16-year-old
affecting
kid.
someone else.
yeah, because
That's
they're doing
just like
speed.
being drunk.
That's because they're doing
That's
speed.
it's like texting.
Yeah.
You'd be texting too.
So that's what I'm saying, is it doesn't just affect one
See,
person.
that's my point. Your problem is your problem.
Yeah.
Now, when it becomes my problem, such as you text constantly, you drink, you
Yeah.
drive, you do speed and drive, whatever it is.
Yeah.
If you make your issue my issue, yeah, I've got a problem with that.
Most of the time, it's going to become someone else's issue, though.
Yep, but the thing is, it as long as it doesn't affect me, I don't care. I don't care what the hell people do. I don't care what
What
other
if
people do.
someone's like depressed?
Look,
you don't
that's
care?
their life, their business. That's none of my business.
It's an odd way of thinking.
What?
I don't think that way.
Dude,
If someone's depressed,
I'm
I want to
from-
help them.
well, I'm from the 70s, and we mind
That's
our own
not an
business.
excuse.
No, that is.
I know people from the
back in the
70s.
day. What everybody used to say is mind your own business, and
That's a
that's what I
horrible way
do.
of
I
thinking.
mind my own. No,
Yeah.
you're good. You don't butt your nose into other people's business.
Why? What if someone's dying?
Why?
What if someone's dying?
What if they're not?
But what if they are?
What if you've just imagined they are? Okay,
But
that's what I'm
if
saying.
someone's on drugs, they're probably going to die. Or they're going to get hurt, or they're going to hurt someone else.
Honey,
or...
I smoked weed from
Weed's not a
20
real
to
drug.
30 something years old. I smoked for a decade.
But
I
what's
worked
the
on
difference?
air conditioners, and
But
I
what's-
was fine.
no, that's not what I'm saying. Weed's different.
Yeah,
okay?
but the thing is people, you can.
Were you on speed for 30
No.
years?
No,
we
I
don't
don't know
know.
what that's like.
That's what I'm saying, is if someone's on that, if someone's gone to that point, reached
But dude,
like
there
hard
are people
drugs-
on speed. You can see them, and sometimes you see them a little too on speed.
Yeah, most of the time.
And they're like, they can't sit still.
Okay. But here's
Like
the problem:
geeking
is
out
that
at the
most
damn
people
gas
who
station.
do hard drugs like that, they do drugs.
But there
like
are a
hard.
lot of people, I know for a fact, there's a lot of people out there that do speed and stuff like that on the regular, and you'd never know it.
Yeah,
And I don't, if I never know it, I don't care. I don't.
but that's what I'm saying.
But it's that geeked out freak that's at the
Yeah.
Walmart, and you can't get
Okay,
through the
okay.
lane. You can't get through the aisle because
So-
they're dancing all over the place.
Yeah. So what would you have someone do about that?
About what?
Someone's geeking out in the middle of the store, and you're like, "Oh, this guy's on drugs." What would you do about it? What
I
should
wouldn't do
someone
nothing.
else?
I'd probably
what should-
whip out my phone and make a video.
Okay.
Like, this is the craziest thing I've seen.
So
Then you go viral.
should he be sent to jail?
Well, I mean, look, no, it's not going to do any good. They're just, they're probably like broken people that
Yeah.
just
They need help.
I don't know. Maybe they don't want to help. And that's the thing. That's the thing. If people don't want help, rehab's not gonna do anything.
Yeah.
If they don't want to help, it's not gonna work.
They don't, but you can always try to teach someone to want help.
I like to wait until the person comes up and goes, I need some help.
What if I needed
want
help? What if I needed help and I never told you?
What?
What if I needed help? What if I was on crack and I just
I
didn't
think
tell you?
I'd probably figure it out.
Well, okay, that's a bad example, but like, so if someone needed help but they're too scared to ask for help,
Well,
are we
there's
just not supposed to reach out?
Here's the thing.
You see someone
No.
struggling.
In this day and age, we have made it so easy for people to get help. You can get help anywhere.
Yeah, you
they have help
can.
phone lines. They have help websites. They have help everything.
I don't think it's easy.
Yeah, it's way easier than it was when I was a kid.
Okay,
If you need
easier.
help, if you got mental problems, you got drug problems, you got gambling problems, you got whatever kind of problems, there's websites that, and dude, half this crap it's not free, but it's like the internet. It's everywhere.
Yeah.
So there's tons of resources and everything to get help.
Mm-hmm.
There is no need to have people come in and go, I'm going to help you not do what you're doing anymore
Yeah.
because I know better.
Well, it's either
It's
that
like they
or
need
go
to step
jail.
up. They need to step
Well,
up
no,
and
no,
decide
no.
that's what
Okay,
they want to do.
So what I'm saying is like, if someone gets busted,
Mhm.
right? It's either you can want help and you can get help and rehabilitate, or you go to jail. So either way, they don't have a choice.
Right.
So I feel like rehabilitation should always be an option in that case.
Well, I think it should be an option, yeah.
So I think it should be.
I don't
rehab
agree with
first.
throwing them in jail because they're just junkies. They're not going to change. You know,
Maybe.
You're just going to throw them in jail and make them
Not
sit in jail
all.
for a while, and then now if you throw them in rehab, it's probably better. They most likely won't rehabilitate, but
Most.
it's
of
better
them.
than jail.
But it's always worth a try. And if you can try and at least save one person and get them to rehabilitate, that's better than not trying at all. Because that person would have just been put in the system and come back out a couple months
I don't know.
later
I just
and gone
think
straight back to drugs.
I just don't see all right. You know, I might use most of the people that do drugs, I think, are probably potheads. Potheads are like the largest. amount.
Probably.
They
but-
said like 75% of the population smokes weed.
And that's probably true. But what
Which
I'm
I
saying
don't.
is. What I'm saying
Makes
is
me
like.
paranoid.
People who don't smoke weed. People who do like hard drugs.
Well, I mean, dude, here.
That's different, 'cause
Honest
weed's
truth is
different.
people that do hard drugs, they're on a road, and it's not that many people, but those
There's a lot more than you
people-
think.
Yeah, but those people, you've got a few that got in and get out, but there's some that never get out.
Yeah.
And literally, if you're like, I've always had this 30-year-old rule.
Yeah.
If you hit 30 and you're still doing hard drugs like coke and crap like that, you got maybe 1 or 2 years left. And if you don't get it together, that's who you are from now
So
on. That's
should
just who
we?
you're always going to
so
be.
if we catch a young person doing it, they've just started a couple years into it.
Yeah, I mean, if you can get them off
Should we try
early,
to rehabilitate them?
yeah, I mean,
Okay, that's
if you
all
can
I
get them
want.
off of it, but I don't agree with putting them in jail. I don't think that's
no,
a good
that's what
idea.
I'm saying is that we should try to
No,
rehabilitate.
younger people are they're not established yet.
Yeah.
But there's like a lot of times to do drugs, you might have to sell them to or help
Yeah.
or something. Like I know that's how the speed thing works. So, a lot of times you're going to get invested into it too deep, and then you're trapped in the whole system.
Mm-hmm.
And it's almost impossible to get out.
Yeah.
Especially if you're an older person.
But if you get arrested, you don't really have a choice.
Well, yeah, but
So it's either rehabilitation or go to jail.
yeah.
So regardless,
I would go with rehabilitation,
Yeah.
but I'm just saying most older people are probably not going to rehabilitate.
then they'll go to jail. Regardless, you're still
Eventually.
getting caught.
Yeah.
Well, it's not like we're gonna go bust down people's doors and be like, "Are you doing meth? Let's go to rehab." And they're gonna be like,
Well,
"Okay."
I mean, if you flip a car over on 377 and you're doing meth, I'm kind of like, I think you should arrest them and maybe look into rehabilitating them.
I
But
think we should rehabilitate first.
as long as they don't kill anybody. But
Yeah.
the thing is, if you're just geeking out in Walmart, in an aisle and acting all freaking nuts, I don't really care. I'm not really going to spend much of my day even thinking about it. I'm
Yeah.
just going to laugh. I'm going to move on. You've been amusing and funny for us to watch, and that's kind of it.
I think it's sad. I don't think it's
That's
funny.
sad, but you know what? Those people do that stuff, and they know what they're getting involved in.
Sometimes they don't.
Dude, they have friends doing that crap in front of them. They're all like, "Hey, I just need a little fix." It's like, and you're watching your friend.
It's
and you,
easier to
you
say
realize,
that.
and you don't think it's you doing that
Yeah.
too.
I think it's easier to say that from the outside in. Because what if you grew up around it? What if that's the normal for you?
I don't know.
Because
I don't
there
know.
are things that, like, I know some people grow up around things that they think are very normal.
I
And
mean,
then
I
you get
grew up
older
around
and they're like,
cigarettes.
wow,
I think
that's-
cigarettes are normal.
Yeah, exactly.
It doesn't bother me at all. I don't
But
even
to
think about
someone
it.
who comes from a non-smoking family, they see cigarettes and they're like, "Oh my god, you smoke? Like that's crazy."
Yeah.
And that's crazy to them. So that's what I'm saying is like, if you grow up around something, especially like hard drugs, and that's the
But
normal for you,
I'm gonna have
it's
to
harder
say,
to escape it.
if you did, then that's your cross to bear. You got a cross to bear.
I don't think that's fair.
It's not fair, but that's life. Life's not fair.
I think we should make it more fair.
We spent a month almost, maybe 2 months, fixing up your car,
Yeah.
and it got took out in 2 seconds by a jackass.
Yeah, that
That was
sucks.
not fair.
Yeah.
But that happens.
But there are things that we can help other people. Well, okay, for example, like if you're born into a bad family, you didn't choose to be born into that family. But if there are things that we can do to help get that child out of that circle of poverty, drugs, abuse, whatever the cycle that they're stuck in, if we can help them get out of that and escape that and become a great capitalist living in America, success, if we can get them out of that.
Make 'em a capitalist.
Yeah.
Good capitalist.
Ooh. If we can, help one person out, it's
Look,
better than watching people suffer and being
I'm
like,
saying
"Ah,
this.
well, that sucks for you."
The best way to fix the world
Mm-hmm.
is to be the best person you can be, not to go jacking around in other people's lives, because
agree
you
with
don't know
that.
what their circumstances are. Different
True.
people have different circumstances. I stay out of other people's lives. I try and do the best
That's
I can
true.
with what I am and who I am,
Mm-hmm.
which is a mess, but I do the best I can with it.
I
And
disagree.
there's certain things about me I'm not going to change.
Now, I'm not going to go knock on people's doors and be like, "Do you need help?" But if someone, if someone gets busted with drugs, if someone, goes to a counselor, if someone needs help, I feel like we should always go out of our way to help them.
In what way?
For example, getting busted with drugs, rehab, not just sending them straight to jail, because that doesn't help someone.
Okay, well then that's legislation. We change the laws.
Yeah,
That's voting.
yeah.
Yeah, we vote to try and get them rehabilitated instead of just incarcerated.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's as far as I'm willing to go with it. Not moving a junkie in my house. I'm not.
No. I'm
not trying to
saying
get
that.
personally involved with them.
You don't have to get personally involved with them, but I feel like putting in your vote to
Yeah, that's
help
fine.
that happen.
But
That's
like,
great. That's as personal as you have to
but
get.
like spying on somebody and going, maybe they're on drugs and maybe their kids need to
No,
get
that's not
taken
what I
away.
mean.
That's crazy.
That's not what I mean.
Yeah, that's like I disagree there totally.
Yeah, I don't think we should spy on people.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, there's some people you can see that they're on drugs. They
Yeah.
look like they're on drugs, but it's like you're not gonna,
Well, if someone's geeking out in the middle of Walmart, you're like,
Yeah.
"Hey, buddy,"
Well, I mean, some of them are obvious,
Yeah.
but I mean, there's some people that are obviously stoned. I see them all the time. I don't care. They're not hurting anybody. I mean, what's the worst they're gonna do? I mean, they're gonna be lazy and slow. They're gonna get in my way, and I'm not gonna walk fast enough. That's
Yeah.
about it.
I think with that though, like not only drugs, I think we should take that into consideration, like kids who are born into bad households. They didn't choose to be born into bad households, and I think we should give those kids opportunities that they wouldn't be given.
Like what?
Like, okay, for example,
Like the government come in and take your children
No,
and
no,
move
that's not
them
what I'm
somewhere to a safe compound that the government deems.
well, if you're being
safe.
abused,
Well, I'm just saying, you you're coming up with these ideas, but they all require government intervention. Well, they kind of do.
Are you gonna do it?
Perhaps churches would be a better thing. You know, churches getting involved, trying to help.
Mixing church and government is bad.
I didn't say government. Mixing church in people's lives to help them.
Maybe.
I don't, dude. You keep it on the local level. You keep
A
the
lot of
government out of
people-
it, and usually it works out
I
better.
don't think we should enforce church onto kids.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying
That's what it is.
no, it's not. I'm saying let local charitable community groups let them handle it. Trying to get the government involved in stuff and legally
we don't have to get the
change
government
things.
involved.
Huh?
But what I'm saying is, we don't have to get the government involved. But what I'm saying is, like, I would go help a child who's in a bad house. But you said you don't want to get personally involved with someone else's life.
I don't know what's going on in that house. I don't know what's going on.
If
Maybe there's nothing going on. Maybe it's all in my head.
so,
You know, maybe I'm projecting and thinking
Yeah.
something's wrong with that. And maybe it's not.
but
You know?
if you're not going to do anything, we have to have someone who's going to do something.
Well, what if there's nothing to be done? What if there's nothing wrong? See what I'm saying? Maybe there isn't a
Well,
situation.
then we need to investigate the situation.
Who needs to investigate?
Well, if it's
If a
not
kid
you-
shows up, look, this happened to me.
Mhm.
I showed up to school.
Mhm.
I'd screwed off for 6 weeks.
Yeah.
My stepdad and me we were busting heads, and
Mm-hmm.
he was being a dick, and I was being a bigger dick.
Mhm.
So when it came down to it, into that 6 weeks, I brought home a report card on a golden platter,
Yeah.
and it was just I's,
Yeah.
incomplete, not even F's, I's. I didn't even show up hardly for anything.
Mhm.
I didn't do any of the tests. I didn't do nothing.
Yeah.
He lost his mind, and he took a belt and he beat my ass, and I deserved it because I pushed him all the way.
I don't think
But-
we should beat children.
I don't
but
either. I don't either. And I never had to really spank y'all.
Yeah.
But the thing is,
We turned out great.
well, I met this guy when I was 13. So I had my ideas, he had his ideas, and I went, your ideas are stupid, my ideas are better.
Yeah.
So he
That's that
and me,
testosterone.
we busted heads constantly.
Yeah.
But he busted my ass with a belt. I went to school the next day. I was in football.
Mhm.
Pulled my I don't even know what you call them, football pants down,
Yeah.
right? To change, the entire locker room freaked out and went,
Yeah.
whoa, because I had welts all down my leg,
Mhm.
and they lost it. And the coach immediately took me out of there, took me to the principal's office. Oh, and it was a whole thing. They
That's
had
still beating your kids.
yeah.
still
the
wrong.
Thing is, that was at a period where things had changed. Like
Mm-hmm.
things went from, dude. They literally, I think about a year before,
Mm-hmm.
the principal would bring me into the office, take a wooden paddle, and beat the hell out of me,
See,
and leave the same
But
whelps.
you grew up in a time.
No, but this was literally just a year before the principal was
Yeah.
doing that. Then they changed it all, and then that was not cool no more.
But you grew up in a time where it was very like, if you see something going on, but it's not directly affecting you, you're like, I didn't see that. You
No,
know, and that's
it's
kind of
just-
how it was. It's like if it's not affecting you, you just ignore it. And I don't think that's
I
right.
don't know. My point is I pushed that guy all the way. I pushed every button he had. I
Yeah.
pushed him all the way to the wall. He wanted to have a, I don't know, sort of standoff or whatever, and I was like, I'm gonna win this. Even though I was a little kid, I was like, I'm gonna win. Well, I wasn't a little kid then. I was probably about 15, maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, I took a beat. I didn't. It didn't really. It wasn't that bad to me.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, I won. Like, I shut him down. I was like, yeah, you can beat me. It doesn't matter. It's like, you can't beat me.
Yeah.
You can whip me, but you ain't going to beat me.
So,
But, yeah, they called the CPS and everything. It freaked out. He freaked out. He was like, whoa. And then he wouldn't speak to me anymore.
yeah.
Like, literally, they changed our family dynamic because he no longer wanted anything to do with me.
Yeah.
It's like, suddenly, they were talking about throwing him in jail or something. And I was like, dude, I was even like, that's crazy.
Well, you
And he thought
still,
I called him. And I was like, no. I just changed clothes in the freaking locker room.
Yeah. But he still beat you.
Look, that was the thing. back then,
It was okay to beat people.
no, back then you got a whooping, but and you never forgot it.
Yeah.
But the thing was, I was already way too old for him to do that, so he didn't understand that. He didn't understand he couldn't
Yeah.
change me by doing that.
Well, I don't think we should ever beat our kids.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying that. Look, I agree. The way the world works now, with not beating kids and all that crap, yeah, it's great. But I think they've taken it a little too far, where they're like, women are letting kids scream at them in a grocery store and call them names and all kinds of crap. And it's like, what the hell is going on with that?
Well, I don't think that should be allowed either. But
I don't either.
don't think spanking your kid is going to help that.
Yeah, I don't either. But the thing is you got to have discipline. A parent has to discipline a child to teach them, and that's the bottom line. You have to. There's no way around it. There's no government agency to call or organization to fix that.
But if a parent is disciplining their child too hard or too much, I
Yeah.
feel like someone should be involved.
They have that.
It doesn't do much. We need to fix that. The CPS system.
There's a bunch of stuff we need to fix.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like the CPS system in general needs to be fixed. There's a lot of issues with it.
yeah.
And another big problem with it is because I was actually looking to be a CPS caseworker. For a long time, I was looking into it. However, they don't pay anything.
No.
They pay their workers horribly. To be a
Yeah.
caseworker, you have to absolutely love what you do. It's like worse than being a teacher.
Uh-huh.
And
It's
and
like
they
worse
can't
than,
get
McDonald's. And
I know, and
burger
they
builder.
can't get people to actually go work for them. 'Cause it's a hard job.
Yeah.
And it's a dangerous job sometimes, too, because you're going to very scary households hoping that, you can get this child out safely without getting yourself injured.
Yeah.
It's a hard situation, and you have to be trained almost like a police officer, but with none of the equipment that a police officer has.
Yeah.
And then, they send the cops in there, and the cops, they can't do anything, because it's like, unless the child is being beaten right in front of their face, we don't care.
Well, yeah, but that's the whole the problem with it. It's like, how far do you want to take the legislation? How far do you want to take, and that's the
What do
point.
you mean?
These are parents. These are their kids.
Yeah.
They raise them their way, the way they decide.
Yeah.
And the government really shouldn't be coming in and say, now, I know you're creating these scenarios where, yes, in this scenario, well, maybe, but
Well-
for the most part, parents should raise their kids, not the government. The government
I don't-
shouldn't have a say in that.
You're right, but if a child, if it's
if,
like,
if.
but that's what CPS is for. It's for the ifs.
Yeah.
And there are faults to CPS. I'll say that all day long. But if something were to happen, that's what CPS does. They should go and take care of it.
They screw it up too. And honestly,
then we
like
need
you
to fix
said,
the
they don't
system.
exactly invest in the best and brightest. They
Yeah.
literally they pay the bottom of the barrel.
Well, then we need to invest more in that company.
Maybe we need to change the rules.
Yeah, there's
Maybe the
definitely
rules are
that
not
need to
really
change.
set up right.
No, they're not. There's definitely things that needs to change. Because a lot of times caseworkers go into a house and they know something's going on. They're like, there's something going on in this house. But they can't do anything
Yeah.
because according to their rules and lack of being able to take the child out of the home, they just have to watch that child. Because the child could literally say, there's bad stuff going on here. But unless the child says, I'm being beat or I'm being hurt or touched or anything, then after the child says it, then they can go consult the parents. And if the parents are like, that's not true, they have to be like, oh, okay, well, bye, have a nice day.
Well, no, I mean they investigate, they look into it.
They do, but a lot of times it's really hard to prove abuse, especially emotional, mental, verbal abuse,
Okay.
which can be very difficult.
I don't know. I don't think we're gonna figure it out.
I don't think we will either. Speaking of which, we've been going for about an hour and 20 minutes now.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Okay.
We should probably end it.
Do we sell anything? Sell any paintings? Any merch?
Yeah.
No.
I think we just pissed people off. I think
Probably.
that's what we did.
We'll have to really re-listen to this and decide where we're even gonna put it out.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, we could put it out.
Well, I mean, dude, some of the memes I used to post, Jesus.
Whew.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I could get away with this. This is
Yeah,
pretty
we could.
tame compared
Okay.
to some of that crap.
Okay. Anyways, thank you for listening and watching.
The We Don't Have a Name for It podcast.
Yeah. No name. Oh well.
And we would like to thank Donald J. Trump for the podcast,
He
for
would.
being our sponsor, since he
He
bought
would.
all the microphones and the equipment with the
Congratulations.
stimulus package. Thank you. And
Uh,
oh yeah, go to it's Maestro Brock, YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Don't have TikTok. Too
I
old for
do.
TikTok. But I got
Patreon.
a patron page, Patreon. Go to that. $3 a month, and you wouldn't even know you're paying.
You'll feed me.
Yeah, you'll feed her, and you'll forget. You'll be like, $3. What is that for?
It's for my dinner.
You forget all about it. You've been paying for 2 years. You'll be like, I didn't even know I was on that.
Yeah.
So please,
Thank you.
yeah, help out if you can. Because of my messed up hand, this is kind of my new career for right now. Maybe getting a part-time or something
You're gonna
job
have to
here
get a
pretty
job.
soon.
Yeah, you're gonna have to get a job.
Probably, yeah.
But yeah.
But we're gonna put more of these out. We'll have a schedule soon. I'm not sure.
I'm not sure on schedule.
We're gonna do probably about 2 of these a week.
Probably.
I don't know what day, and then I'll let you know before it comes out if
Yeah.
you want to watch it.
But
And
you'll find all that information on like Instagram and Facebook. We'll post when we're going to be posting.
yeah, and as
So-
far as everything that was said on the podcast, I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I don't read.
Neither do I.
I don't read. So, thank
But-
you.
Thank you. Bye.
Y'all have a good one. Bye.